Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Jets offense ready for their first possession, and they are led by the 23-year-old from USC in his third year now, quarterback Sam Darnold.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, you got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. From the 50, it's Darnold. Under
Sit your
pressure,
ass down,
and
boy.
he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Oh, the pressure
Another
too
one.
great, and he goes down once more. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Sacked there by DeForest Buckner. Boy, was he big news around the draft in 2020 when the Colts traded their 13th overall pick for him. He absolutely solidifies their defensive front. Great interior pressure that they haven't been able to exhibit in recent seasons.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the rookie, a 4th-round pick out of Washington. It's Jacob Eason. And
it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll throw on 1st down with Eason. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Reception there by T.Y. Hilton, and he absolutely terrifies defenses when he gets downfield. Speed, shiftiness, excellent hands. 5 1,000-yard seasons in his career.
He's got the lane, and there
Told
he
you,
goes.
can't stop him.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick-strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 18 carries, 93 yards. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 96 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Jacob Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Charles, a look there at the Colts draft class for 2020. No first-round pick, remember, courtesy of the DeForest Buckner deal. But, you know, lots of weapons after that.
Certainly are, and they really are playing a physical brand of football in Indianapolis.
You got to hold on to that, Campbell. Jesus.
So stand on offense. Michael Pittman, the wide receiver, a strong physical target. He was selected number 34. And then I love them getting Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. 7 picks later to carry the load at the running back position. And then they did hedge their bets at the quarterback spot. Jacob Eason, a little bit of a project out of Washington. He went in the 4th round.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Carry there by Le'Veon Bell, and he's just trying to get back to the form he exhibited in Pittsburgh when he was one of the top backs in the NFL. In 2019, though, no games.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
Nice pass rush there by Justin Houston, culminating in a sack. And the move to Indianapolis in 2019, absolutely rejuvenating. Plus, he changed positions from outside linebacker to defensive end and had his first double-digit sack season since 2014.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and long. It's Darnold. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked it to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Indy set to go on offense once more. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason.
Oh,
that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders.
Under pressure now,
Sit your ass
Darnold,
down,
and he
little
goes
bitch.
down. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Here's Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Eason on 2nd down. Big hold of the 30. Fighting Hilton on the slant. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively? And he'll be brought down by the
Throw it out of
Colts.
bounds, dumbass Darnold.
DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. That catch good for 5. It's third down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And we take some time to spotlight T.Y. Hilton now. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Second down, here's Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On third down, Eason. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
First and 10, Eason. The toss here completed to Pittman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Now it's Hines. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. From the gun is Eason, fighting to stay upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Terrell Basham. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They'll try and run Taylor. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here down to about the 19. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, You and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
New York ready to go again offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Got Gordon open, completes it.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. Here's Braden Mann now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Time to see Jacob Eason and company go back to work. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. They begin the drive with Hines, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And this is incomplete. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Operating from the gun. Eason. And he's got his man Hilton. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A first down throw, Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Vinatieri's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So we have come to and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Rodgers on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's get him.
We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A big play there for Indy. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because
now that'll be
Thank
tipped and
you.
intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. They run with Hines. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step one on that play.
57.
To throw on second down. Eason, his pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. From the gun, Eason, and that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines there to make the grab, and the Colts are able to grow their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, they had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Yes, Mike. I got it. Tight right.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Colts to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Again, it's Taylor. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, watch.
To throw on 3rd down, Eason. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Crowder now to return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Back to throw, Darnold.
Thank you.
When this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Fucking bitch.
Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
It's his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Mike 54. Mike 54. We got to get the ball, D.
They'll throw on 1st down with Eason. Campbell making the catch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Check out 70 Lion. You go take.
Operating from the gun. Eason. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Back now in Indianapolis. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Eason sets to throw it. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw is Darnold. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked.
And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Here's Eason off the play fake. Looking deep for Hilton. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On 3rd down, Eason. He'll get this one to Pittman. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory, like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
Catch there by Jamison Crowder. 78 catches, 833 yards, and 6 touchdowns in 2019. Operates very well out of the slot. One of the niftier receivers in the league.
It's caught by Herndon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st down, it's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got him. 54.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The first carry for Josh Adams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Jets on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Blue dance.
Eason. Fighting Hilton on his slant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. On first down, Jacob Eason. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. One last throw now for Darnold. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Colts, it's an ideal start as they move.
remember correctly, he wanted more salary. That should be good for his pussy ass. 5 years. So definitely want him back. We'll go 7 years. Justin Houston. Yeah, we'll keep him too. Shit. We'll do 3 years.
Today's a work day, gentlemen, and you know what that means? We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to work? I'm ready to work. Are you ready to work? If you are, then go out and prove it to me. Show me what you got.
Go! 60 Bison, 60 Bison. break. Get out. Ready. 70 Timberwolf. Hot, hot. Come on, come on, hut. Set. Bronco 8 to go. Here we go, here we go. Ready, go.
All right, this is it. The gold standard. We are going for gold.
Ready, ready. Let's go. Panther 60, Panther 60. Hot, go. Here we go, shot. 70 Lion. Ready, Shut up. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Get up. Let's go now. Viking 18. Hut, hut. Down. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Hut. Ready? 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Hut. Got it. Ready? Set. Cougar 19. Ready, ready. Ready. 60 Bison, 60, go. Come on, set. Cowboy 80. Hot, go. Ready. Get out.
Horse collar?
Set. 70 Timberwolf. Let go. Ready, break. Hut. Okay, ready. Shut up.
See if I can win this one. See if Jonathan Taylor can still be a dominant motherfucker.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears. Now, this will make it into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down.
Get your ass down, bitch.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's caught by Montgomery. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now unlikely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here to Taylor. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Eason. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Eason. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Taylor. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 23.
How about that run? Picks up a 1st down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. They'll look to run with Taylor. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll throw from the gun. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The numbers in last week's game for Graham. 4 catches, 56 yards.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down and 4, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So possession goes over here on the punt. So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll throw on first down with Eason. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Taylor. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Mo Alley Cox, his tight end, and it's second down. To throw again, Eason. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. From the gun is Eason. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. The give to Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. To throw on third down, Eason. And that is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit.
Fucking
and maybe
hate
get
running
simpler
quarterback.
rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Kari Willis there to bring him down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The throw complete. Trubisky to Miller, and he gets it down to the 32. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Trubisky able to complete this one to Montgomery. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Trubisky finds his target, Montgomery. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And now he'll tuck it and run. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Right there, 54.
Now it's Trubisky. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. From the gun, Eason.
And you throw that way over there.
Eddie Jackson picks it. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted. but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
58, right over there, yeah.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Oh my God. Punt return team suck.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2nd down, here's Eason. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They go play action with Eason. Looking deep for Hilton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 41. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes against the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Double dog, that's the way. Hey, 58 is a mic.
Now Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 6. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
58, Mike, 58.
Trubisky to throw again. Got his man, and it's
What are you guys?
caught for a Chicago
Oh my
touchdown.
God.
Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the
All right.
Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Indy set to go on offense once more. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Why can't you throw it up?
And this one will be brought back to the 22. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the shotgun is Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Rodgers on the return. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we have reached halftime with it. All right, folks, eager to get back to this week. Matchup, we won't put up a fight.